Trump campaign held a press conference to challenge the election results at Four Seasons Total Landscaping in Northeast Philadelphia. Some people suspect the campaign intended to reserve the Four Seasons Hotel, but accidentally booked this landscaping company, located between a crematorium and a sex toy store. Trump's lawyer, Rudy Giuliani, was speaking when he was told the election had been called for Biden.
Who was it called by? Oh my goodness, all the networks. Wow. All the networks!
No, guys, come on. How is this real? Like, how is this real? How are you going to hold a press conference at a landscaping warehouse between a crematorium and a sex toy store? I mean, as a general rule, if you're ever out declaring war, you don't want to do it 20 feet from a dildo. Although, I mean, in some ways it makes sense. Because if you ask people what's halfway between a pawn shop and a crematorium, they'd probably say Rudy Giuliani.
According to a Pfizer press release, out of almost 44,000 trial participants, 94 got sick from COVID. 4 weeks after the start of the 2-dose regimen and 7 days after the second dose, protection from symptomatic COVID was greater than 90%.
We were jumping out of the chairs, screaming basically, this is unbelievable, oh my God. We may put an end to this terrible pandemic.
Jumping out of their chairs, screaming. You know something is good news if it turns a laboratory into the Apollo. The COVID protection rate is 90%. And maybe it's because I grew up watching Dexter's Lab, but this scientist's accent makes me want to trust him more because he sounds like a scientist. I'm not gonna lie, if he had the voice of a frat bro, I might be a little hesitant. Dude, this protection rate is like 90%. Pretty much the opposite of when I bang.
The Trump administration is reportedly also continuing to vet new political appointees for jobs in a second Trump term.
President-elect Joe Biden Tuesday criticized President Trump's refusal to concede the election.
I just think it's an embarrassment, quite frankly. The only thing that, how can I say this tactfully? I think it will not help the president's legacy.
Shame, guys. Joe Biden is right. Does Donald Trump really want denying the election results to be his legacy? Because I'd like to remember him as the president who kidnapped kids and helped kill 240,000 Americans, not for this. And please, can somebody tell me, how is Trump still vetting candidates for new jobs? What's that job interview like?
So tell me, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Nah, bitch, where do you see yourself in 5 weeks? Trump is the kind of captain who would have been taking job applications on the Titanic.
So Daniel, do you have any experience working on a sinking ship?
Should we leave? A lot of people are jumping overboard.
Don't worry about them, they're just being dramatic. Let me show you where you're gonna be sleeping.
The Trump administration is preventing President-elect Biden from accessing messages from foreign leaders. They're calling the State Department. They're not giving the president-elect these messages.
Traditionally, the State Department Operations Center sets up phone calls for the president-elect with world leaders. They provide translation. That is not happening right now. So just to be really clear about what is happening, it means world leaders who believe that they should be reaching out to the State Department to get in touch with the president-elect are doing so, but their messages are not being responded to. They're not being received by President-elect Joe Biden. Essentially, he has a mailbox full of messages here at the State Department that he cannot access.
Okay, this is a big problem. Because by the time he gets around to listening to those messages, they'll be months old. This is going to be like world leaders leaving crucial information that nobody heard. Hello, this is Vladimir Putin. You will do what I demand or we are launching missiles in 3 days. Is Putin again? Missiles now 2 days away. Joe, why are you ghosting me? Is it something I said? You know, at this rate, Joe Biden is going to spend his first month just sifting through all this mail. And it's going to be a waste of time because you know how much of mail is just junk mail. LL Bean catalog, Blue Apron catalog, another catalog. Oh, here's a letter from Angela Merkel. Oh, dear Joe, use my friend coupon to subscribe to Blue Apron. Damn it! Another one. She tricked me.